Joining us now, Oklahoma Congressman Kevin Hern, who is also the chairman of the Republican Policy Committee. Great to have you, Congressman. What is your reaction to President Trump coming out and discussing how both countries violated the ceasefire?
Well, I think history tells us anytime that you're having a war, a skirmish, or however you want to classify this engagement, wind down, there's always going to be late-minute firings. And I think the president knows this. He probably warned against this. Can't talk about a lot of the details that are classified, but you saw his frustration as phone calls were being made, as we know, before the missiles were sent to Qatar yesterday, and so this is a wind down. I think the president got his message across. You saw his frustration. The world saw his frustration, and I think after you made the phone calls to the prime minister, that the message was delivered.
Yeah, clearly very frustrating. It wasn't just that moment, but it was this one here where he expressed even more frustration. Watch.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
I mean, that's probably as upset as we've seen him in public, at least as president, in quite some time. But either way, to your point, it seems like there is a reset at this moment now, given what we've seen from his Truth Social accounts. I'm curious to know maybe what your expectations are moving forward. Do you now have confidence that the ceasefire in place will indeed stand, Congressman?
I do, unless there's something else that, somebody wants to do from Iran. I don't think Israel is going to launch anything based on some of the comments that we're getting here in Congress. But, I think also what you're seeing and the world is seeing from President Trump, he values lives. He's not a warmonger, as many of the Democrats want to say about him. Some Republicans as well. The president is not about regime change produced by the Americans. He said if the people of Iran want to do that, then that's their prerogative. But he wanted to make sure that the world was safe from nuclear weapons, and that's what we dropped bombs on with the nuclear production facilities in Iran. And so the president is serious, and I think the world has seen that.
Most definitely. And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis now saying Florida chartered 2 flights and sailed 1 cruise ship mission to rescue Americans from the escalating crisis in Israel. Congressman, you have helped the Oklahoma residents get back home. DeSantis sent a plane to Israel and flew them into Tampa, and you flew them from Tampa back home to Oklahoma. And you're looking at those pictures right now. Really incredible work that you achieved. Tell us more about this.
Well, we got a call on Thursday as we were leaving Congress going back to our districts that we had a wife of a pastor that was in Jerusalem that needed help. Their families needed help. There were 37 members from Oklahoma there, and as it turned out, they were in the basement of a high-rise in Jerusalem. They'd gone to the airport shut down. So we worked over the next 6 days to get them out, working with State Department, and that group grew from 37 Oklahomans to almost 300. That a group that came out of Florida, Gray Bull organization, rescue missions that Governor DeSantis had worked on for months when this happened. And so as it went through Jordan and went to Cyprus, there was a lot of confusion, a lot of protection by our government, making sure terrorists weren't trying to co-opt flights to get into the United States. And so it was around the clock. They're 8 hours ahead of us from Central Time, and so we were on the State Department, TSA, CBP, Homeland Security, and others to make sure that we got our Americans home, and then had the opportunity to go to Tampa and get them or bring them back to Tulsa.
Yeah, I mean, that really is a great thing. It's very rare to see a political figure, again, actually serving the constituents in the way that you just did, essentially getting them back to safety. It is to be applauded. Congressman Kevin Hern joining us from the Capitol. Congressman, thank you.